Don't you just love the thumbnail? Making it look like, hang on. I just won $1 million! Okay, so, if you guys remember, while we have Mr. Eli, you guys know what I'm talking about, talking his smack about Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. Listen, I get straight to the point. Fundamental principle is that to maximize reward, generally you have to maximize risk. That's how it works. It's not a cryptocurrency thing. That's how it is in general. Typically, like let's say typical stocks, same thing. If you want to make a lot of money in stocks, you got to risk a lot. If you're not risking a lot, then your potential gains are minimal, right? So it's nothing unique to cryptocurrency, right? That being said, cryptocurrency is very volatile. It is very dangerous, but with that comes a great potential, extreme potential for reward. That being said, a lot of people online saying all kinds of nonsense, buy Bitcoin, whatever, trying to sell you all kinds of fake cryptocurrencies and stuff like that. Meanwhile, I was actually working in the industry, so I was actually working with cryptocurrency, behind the scenes working with exchanges and things like that. And I didn't say anything. I wasn't even really investing myself. Everybody's going crazy, Bitcoin. I didn't say anything. And then if you guys remember, last December, I told you guys, keep a close eye on Bitcoin. Now is the potential chance to jump in. Here's your window. My price target back then was about 3,200. You guys remember that? Since then, it's risen to 4,000. If you had just one Bitcoin, you would have made $1,000 based on the suggestion that I gave you. Then last night, it spiked to 5,000. So if you guys bought last year, when I said to buy, when Eli was saying it's a waste to whatever he was saying, when he was naysaying and I was saying now's your chance, if you listen to me versus him, with just one Bitcoin, you'd have made $2,000. That being said, my current price target is right around 4,200. In terms of that's your safest bet to minimize risk and get the most return. It may not go that way. It may continue going upwards. So if you target that, you might be waiting for a long time. But ideally, you'd want to see it go down to 41, 42 because it's in love with 5,000, right? Bitcoin is in love with 5,000 right now. It's flirting with it. So you want to jump in at 41, 42, 43 and ride it up to 5,000. And you might want to jump out there. If you're really gutsy and you continue riding it up even higher and seeing how far it goes. But that's on you. Me personally, 5,000 is the love affair right now. Can it go higher? Certainly. But it's kind of doing this dance. It's $4 grand, $5 grand, $4 grand, $5 grand. So my next price point will be like 51, 52. Based on looking at patterns and seeing how it's moving around, listen to what people are saying, how much fuss is, Bitcoin, people are getting crazy about it, then 51, 52. But be very, very, very skeptical. Don't anticipate it's going to go to 20 grand like last time. Don't anticipate that. If you want to be conservative, let's say it maxes out at 6 grand, 6,500 this time around. Could go higher, but I wouldn't bet on it going much higher than 6 grand, 6,500. Just being on the safe side. If you got money to spend, personally, well, I would have bought one Bitcoin when it was 32. Right now, you can still try to do that, but talk about putting 4 grand into Bitcoin right now. But as always, never invest more than you're willing to lose. Never invest more than a dime more than you're willing to lose. because it could drop to 3, it could drop to 2, it could drop to 1, and it can drop to 0. But right now, I'm about to drop out of this live stream. There's the Fixed Protocol channel. Good to see you guys. I'm actually doing a public portfolio, which I'll be sharing with you guys, letting you guys know what I'm investing in, and let you guys see a real portfolio. It's meant to sort of give an example of what an average person could do, right? So every month I'm investing a year's worth of money for, let's say, an average person. And I'm doing it with limited time. I can't do a lot of trades during the day. A lot of you guys will have a lot more control and access to be able to manage than I will. Ironically enough, right now we're up $70 on the last few months. We're up $70 in the last few months. We're up $30 on the day with less than $2,000 invested. Nothing crazy, no fancy tricks, no, I'm gonna show you my patterns. Just no emotion, using some judgment, balanced, diverse portfolio. That's it. No, nothing, real simple, man. I'm not doing a lot of analysis and getting into the financials and the balance sheet and all that kind of stuff. Listen, you could do all that stuff and overnight, a factory fire. You cannot predict the future. All these guys that are acting like they can, they're trying to sell you something. They want your money, right? I don't want your money. So I'm gonna tell you the reality. All these experts, they're not experts. No one's an expert because you cannot predict the future. Anything can happen at any moment. We could go to war tonight, right? Anything can happen, right? So with that in mind, think about investing as a way to 10x the gains you would normally get on your savings account. That's it. Not a way to get rich.